Welcome to another episode of The Raw Truth. As always, I'm your host, PX Bad Boy. And today we're doing co-parenting. Stay tuned. So as I said, we're going to talk about co-parenting. And I took notes of my thoughts, and let's see if we can run through them. Co-parenting is taken very lightly these days. They say the parents just need to get along, that is all. In truth, the parents don't need to get along at all. They just need to come to common ground how to raise the children, or be told how and made to follow said guidelines. But being friendly should help. It's mostly not the case at all. Normally, it's used to control the other parent. I know this is the first time reading my own script, but this was dear and near to me because this is kind of about my life. Kindness is weakness is basically the move, where one parent plays on the other's kindness to their favor, despite the outcome for the child, as long as they get what they were after. The children will see and piece it together, and the damage is done. My own son is proof of this. He hates himself and is ashamed of himself. Whether you cheer him on or point out his mistakes so he can correct them, he shuts down, one with anger, the other just blank, and both times like a toddler. Now, to clarify what I'm talking about, when my son is praised, like good job, he feels shame for some reason and shuts down. That one's a more neutral shutdown. Then if you scold him or correct him, he still shuts down but lashes out first and just screams and starts making animal noises and then shuts down. But both are like a toddler. He stops talking and starts making sounds only. And that's usually how a toddler operates. So there's no praising him and there's no scolding him without a negative outcome. This is because the co-parenting between me and his mother are for shit. And I continue. He's ashamed of failure and of success. Also understands free will too well, meaning he knows it very well, and use it to get what he wants. He's had to learn how to find whatever he wants, however he can. Sometimes he rather the punishment than the chore, no matter the punishment, from no toys to an ass whooping. It's all the same to him if it gets him out of the task set to him. That's I put that's and is same thing. That's no way to operate at all. So he didn't learn that from me. Oh, I continue. I taught him how to fight and get through fears, not how to avoid fights and let fear overwhelm him. I taught no shame or blame, just fix, fight, and learn from mistakes. If you can look in the mirror and not hate yourself, then you should be on the right path. So, I taught my son to fight. I didn't teach my son to back down, cower, and or shut down. That's something he learned on his own, and I like to point fingers, but his mother, she enabled this behavior, and every time I have him, I have to fight this behavior. This is the whole point of talking about co-parenting. Now, even when her and I get along, she just takes advantage of that fact because she knows I'm in a good mood, so to speak, that she can manipulate the situation where, oh, can you take Jay this time, and then, come on, I got this to do, I got that to do, come on. Like right now, she's pregnant with her husband's child and her own. She knows how that's a weakness for me, children, period. Like my son was God's gift. And to this day, through nightmares and sloppiness, he's still a gift. So she knows I have pain and understanding. So essentially I have empathy and sympathy for her because she's a pregnant mother. Well, she is. She's a mother of my child and pregnant. So she plays on that empathy and sympathy, and I don't care what anyone says. You got a problem with this? What I say next? These two belong to you. Seriously. She dumps him on me because she knows I'll take him because I have empathy and sympathy for her, and I want my son. Now, to be specific of what I mean by dump, is put him in my possession or my presence when he's not supposed to be here. There's my parenting time and then there's her parenting time. So if I have him during hers, that's a dump. Because she's got something else to do and she needs me to babysit. Because at the end of the day, she only sees me as a babysitter. I was supposed to have him today. And did she give him to me? No. Did she tell me she wasn't? No. I got up bright and early this morning so I can sit down with him and we can crack out the work because he's in online school. So I'm up and it's like 8:30. I'm like, where the fuck are you? But I didn't say that to her. I said, running late. And she's like giving me pregnancy attitude. So I give it back to her. It's like, she told me to go fuck myself, for the record. You're giving me attitude when you left me hanging. You can go fuck yourself. You can't be giving me attitude because I'm not in the wrong here. I'm up prepared to take care of the education. You can't because you work 8 hours a day and your work interferes. No problem. I ain't mad at you. I ain't even talking smack about it. So give them to me. No problem. I'll take care of it. Now you got me up and what the fuck? Nowhere around. So she starts giving me attitude and starts fighting with me. You're in the wrong. I got more important things to do than deal with you. Huh? So this is horrible co-parenting. Okay? Now, you don't have to get along with your child's mother, whether you're married to her, dating her, or in my case, gratefully separated to a very far distance and she's married. You don't have to get along. You really don't. All you need is common ground when it comes to parenting. Which in my next episode, I'll be talking about that very dynamic. I'll get into it a little bit here. But the point is, if I say he can't do something, you need to back me up. If you say he can't do anything, I need to back you up. That's the simplest of the dynamic, whether you agree with me or not, whether I agree with you or not. Unless it's something dangerous, like his punishment is stab himself in the eye with a fork. You know, something stupid. I'll never do that, and I'm certain she won't either, because she couldn't come up with something interesting of a punishment anyway. But you need to back me up regardless if you agree with me or not. That's proper co-parenting. And I need to back you up whether I agree or not. That's proper co-parenting. I can't punish this boy in that house. Literally. No amount of my punishment does she back up. And when he's here, I try to back up every ounce of her punishment. Whatever her punishment is, whether I agree with it or disagree with it, unless it's like you can't eat for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Something severe. Something stupid. But if you no video games, no phone, no candies, no snacks, bed early, whatever, I'll do it because that makes total sense to me as a punishment. But this nonsense where you don't let me know you're not bringing my child to me and you inconvenience my day at that point. And if I did it to you, you'd be furious. It's that simple. I hate to act like a father to a child, but do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. You don't want me to do that shit to you, don't do that shit to me. How fucking simple is that? I don't care what my day's going through, my life, anything. If I tell you I'm going to give you our child or anything at a specific time and I can't make it, I'm going to let you know. But if it's our child, I'm certainly going to let you know. One, I don't want your dumbass trying to take me to court like she has constantly done. And two, I don't want that done to me. I don't want to be sitting around waiting for my kid and you being a bitch or a dick and not giving him to me when we're supposed to exchange him and I'm losing time. I hate that. I know what that feels like. I have super empathy, super sympathy. I'm not like that. I keep you up to date on every moment we're missing. Meaning any moment I'm going to be late. I'm supposed to be there at 7 and I know it's not going to be 7 and say it's going to be 7:15. It looks like 1 o'clock. I'm going to tell you before 7 o'clock, it don't look like it. We're going to make it. So look for more 7:15. I'll do my best to get them there by then. And if that don't pan out, 5 to 10 minutes before that don't pan out, I'm like, listen, it's going to be more like 7:20, 7:30. I'm going to keep you up to date because you're his mother. Courtesy and respect. Two things she doesn't understand. Courtesy nor respect. But without those, you're not going to co-parent. It's not going to happen. What it's going to be is a nightmare where the child records everything you do and everything you say and repeats it. My son is doing his best not to tell his mother how he really feels. It's literally eating him alive. This description I just read you guys on his shame, it's because of her. I don't care. I'm letting it out. Let them all hang out. It's because of her. My child hates her. Still loves her, don't get me wrong. That's his mother. He loves her. He wants to see her. But he doesn't want to be with her. And I promise you, on my word is bond, I did not try to convince this kid to come stay with me or want to be with me. I didn't give him extra trinkets or like, yo, listen, if you come live with me, yo, I got you. Whatever you want, baby. Shh, I'm the man. You know your mom, she a bitch. You don't like this, you don't like that. I got you. No. On my word. And you ask any of my brothers except that one, they'll all tell you my word is my bond. If I say it, I back it up. Ask my son. I've never lied to him. I've never not backed up my word. If I couldn't, then I couldn't. Like hurricane, lightning, shot in the chest, heart attack. Then I can out of my hands. I have not spent 1 ounce of time trying to convince this boy to come stay with me. And for the last 3 years straight, that's all he's wanted to talk about. And he wants to tell his mother the truth, that he hates her. And I was like, dude, you don't hate her. That's a very strong word. You don't like her and want nothing to do with her personally, in the sense that I don't want to live with you anymore. I want to visit with you, no problem. But this whole living thing and you controlling my life because she has residential custody, he don't want that no more. He wants to come stay with me. And he wants to bring himself to tell her. I was like, dude, if you tell her, you know what she's going to do. The nightmare, it would just start. She's going to give you shit for every moment until I fight for you for custody, and you tell the judge what you really want to do. That's all that's going to happen. So you really want that headache? Then tell her. If you don't want that headache, don't tell her. Like I said, co-parenting is as I tell right here in my little book. You can't play this game where you act as it suits you because the child suffers. And the last thing I want is my child to suffer an ounce of trouble, pain, or otherwise that isn't naturally caused. And for the record, the moving image behind me represents my heart that beats for my child. I didn't say that to begin with, but I'm answering any questions about that right now. So if you wanted to know the answer, you didn't watch the whole video, you didn't get this detail. Not my problem. If you heard this, then good. I'm glad you made it this far. Now, if you do me a favor and subscribe and like or dislike and comment on the video, let me know what you think. You got something to add that I forgot, or you want me to go deeper than I just touched the surface, let me know. I answer all comments as fast as I can. Any comment, I don't care what it is. I like to hear what you think. But on that note, I'm going to have to say peace into the next episode. And stay tuned for Dynamic. Dynamic goes next. I was going to do the first one, but I wanted to get this one out first. The first one is gender equality. I go into a deep dive. If you want to check that out, let me know if you want that to be the next episode or Dynamic. I was going to go Dynamic because it fit with the this episode, but you let me know. And if you want to go into that one instead of Dynamic first, I'll go into this one. Leave a comment, let me know what you want. On that note, peace.